Welcome to the Fishing for Tarpon series of videos. Now we are looking at kayak fishing for tarpon, one of my favorite ways to fish. If you're looking for the ultimate challenge in fishing, tarpon fishing from a kayak or small boat is an experience like no other. These sleek and powerful fish are notoriously difficult to catch, but with the right technique and gear, you can reel in a trophy-sized tarpon from your own vessel. In this video, we'll provide you with some expert tips on how to make the most of your tarpon fishing adventure. First and foremost, it's essential to choose the right kayak or small boat for your needs. This will depend on factors such as your level of experience, budget, and preferred fishing environment. Once you've selected your vessel, it's time to pick out the appropriate gear that will give you the best chance of success. From rods and reels to lures and bait, there are many options available that cater specifically to tarpon fishing. In addition to equipment selection, mastering casting techniques is crucial for positioning yourself in prime spots for catching these elusive fish. Follow these tips closely and get ready for an unforgettable day on the water. If you're planning to catch tarpon from a kayak or small boat, it's crucial to pick the right vessel. The first decision you'll need to make is whether to use a kayak or a boat. Each type has its pros and cons. A kayak is generally cheaper and easier to transport than a boat. It can also access shallow waters that boats cannot reach, giving you more options for fishing locations. However, kayaks are not as stable as boats, so they're better suited for experienced anglers who are comfortable with the risk of capsizing. On the other hand, boats offer more stability and space for your gear and equipment. You can bring along coolers, living bait tanks, and other necessities without worrying about space constraints. Boats also allow you to cover more water in less time, increasing your chances of finding tarpon schools. However, they come at a higher cost than kayaks and require more maintenance. When deciding between a kayak and a boat for tarpon fishing, consider your budget and experience level. If you're new to angling or working with a tight budget, start with a kayak before investing in a boat. Once you've gained enough experience handling yourself in rougher waters or larger swells while using the kayak, then consider upgrading to something bigger like an 18 feet flat skiff, which will give an even greater advantage over any fish species, including tarpon. Now that you've picked the right vessel for catching tarpons, it's time to move on towards selecting gear that will help increase your chances of success. To ensure the best chances of success, you'll want to make sure you've got the right equipment for the job. When it comes to tarpon fishing from a kayak or small boat, having the right gear is crucial. First and foremost, consider your budget when selecting your gear. There are plenty of budget-friendly options that will still get the job done. Next, don't forget about gear maintenance. Your equipment needs to be in top-notch condition if you want to have a successful day on the water. Make sure your reels are clean and lubricated before hitting the water. Check your line for any signs of wear or damage and replace it if necessary. Lastly, inspect your hooks and lures for any signs of rust or dullness. Investing in quality gear can make all the difference in landing that trophy tarpon. Look for rods that are specifically designed for saltwater fishing with a high power rating and fast action capabilities. Braided line is also recommended as it provides greater sensitivity and strength compared to monofilament line. Mastering tarpon fishing requires more than just picking out good equipment, it also requires skillful casting techniques. To improve your chances of hooking a tarpon, you need to learn how to cast accurately and efficiently from a kayak or small boat. With these tips on choosing the right gear under your belt, let's move on to mastering the art of casting. Get ready to impress yourself and your fishing buddies with your casting skills. Proper grip and distance control are two essential factors when it comes to mastering tarpon casting from a kayak or small boat. The right way of holding the rod is by gripping it firmly with your thumb resting on top of the handle. Keep your elbow close to your body while pulling back the rod in an upward motion, then swiftly bring it forward towards the target area. Practice this technique several times before hitting the water. Distance control also plays a critical role in successful tarpon fishing from a kayak or small boat. You need to cast far enough for the bait to reach where the fish are hiding but not too far that you lose accuracy and power. A good starting point is approximately 30 feet away from your target area, which should be enough space for you to maneuver without spooking them. With practice, you'll develop a better understanding of how much force and angle are needed for different situations. Common casting mistakes can ruin even the most promising day of fishing, so it's essential to know how to avoid them. One mistake is using too much force when casting, resulting in an uncontrolled loop that tangles up quickly once landing on water. Another common issue is jerking or snapping instead of smoothly transitioning between backward and forward movements, leading to inconsistent and inaccurate casts. By practicing proper grip and distance control techniques regularly, you'll become more confident and skilled at avoiding these errors. This is the end of part 1. Look out for part 2 coming right up in our Fishing for Tarpon series. We would like to thank you for watching and please subscribe to our channel and have a look at our in-depth blog on fishing for tarpon. It has every topic about these magnificent creatures. Goodbye for now, see you in the next video in our Fishing for Tarpon series.